Hey everybody, this is Javi, and you are watching the Bowtie Psychic. This is actually the Pick a Card Tuesday reveal, and this is very telling. I asked Spirit to give us a story about the retrogrades and what we can do to heal. And so, I don't know why I have an accent all of a sudden. And so here are the cards here, and they're, like I said, they're very beautiful and they're very telling. So what I got from the Crone card, this is the Crone. So this would be the priestess card if this was like a traditional tarot deck. And so what that card is saying is a lot of the cards here are upside down. So what is this card is saying? What is this card saying? The Crone card is basically saying that a lot of us are not tapping into our feminine energy and our feminine wisdom, our intuition, and so we are pretty much afraid. In the retrograde, there's six of them. As far for those who do not know, and is about releasing and letting go. And so basically, Spirit is saying that in order for us to heal, we are to find our inner wisdom. We are to tap into trust into our inner wisdom. Trust our inner wisdom, excuse me, because especially women and especially those who are giving up relationships and are no longer serving them. The reason why we are being told to do this is because those who chose number one is because you're a lot wiser than you give yourself credit for. You're a lot wiser than you say to yourself. So this card is basically saying that this is a time for you to stop ignoring the inevitable, to stop ignoring your wisdom, especially when it comes to relationships, toxic relationships, and friendships. This is the time for you to let go of what no longer serves you when it comes to people and places and situations, and to simply let it go. And a lot of you are not doing that. So the first card is basically saying it's time. It's time to tap into that inner wisdom and that strength that you have. For those who chose number two, you got the Eight of Water. This card seems to come up a lot. I'm assuming it's because it's Cancer season soon, and it does deal with the chakras, and it's also upside down. This card is basically saying that because you're not tapping into your wisdom and using your intuition, you are not free, and you're not. Your chakras are not open. You're not being able to be yourself. You're not being able to heal yourself. And basically, what this card is calling for you to do is to heal yourself. And the story that I'm getting from this card is basically it's time. It's time to start tapping into your inner wisdom so you can heal yourself. A lot of you are still doing the same stuff that's hurting you, or dealing with the same people who are hurting you. And Spirit is basically saying that you deserve more than what you are giving yourself. And it's time for you to be at peace. It's time for you to be at peace as much as you possibly can. It's time for you to tap into your inner power. And it's time to stop running away from your emotional state. That's one of the reasons why your chakra in the second card here is very closed. So if you're feeling very blocked and feeling very irritable and very discontent or sad or going through a wide range of emotions, is because of your intuition being closed off and your chakras being out of alignment. So the best way for you to do that is to do shadow work and be honest with your situation. Number three is basically the Five of Air. And so what this card is basically saying is that this is the time for you to not hide from yourself and to take off the mask and to do everything you can to not only tap into your inner wisdom and basically live out all of your emotions, but basically start being honest with yourself about who you are and where you are during these retrogrades. The retrogrades are actually basically pushing for us to stop lying to ourselves and to stop, hiding from what no longer serves us, or hiding from the truth about what no longer serves us. A lot of us are also struggling with trauma and struggling with a lot of shadows that we were unable to face or felt as if we weren't able to face them, and we're a lot stronger than we are giving ourselves credit for. This is literally the time to tear off that mask. This is literally the time to tear off and get rid of a lot of the stories that we've been telling ourselves about our self-worth and about our capabilities and about who we are as people and spiritual beings. That's why that person has wings. They are really ready to fly. They're really ready to basically be their authentic self, but a lot of folks are afraid of that, and that's why she's basically saying, look, it's time to take off the mask. It's time for you to basically allow yourself to soar. Dragonflies are about transformation as well. So basically, this is a very, very strong indication that in order for us to be in the healing place, we are to let go and take care of ourselves by taking off the mask. Number 4 here is the Queen of Earth upside down. And basically what this card is saying is that because we are not grounded and because we are not allowing ourselves to be still enough to do the work, we're not doing the work. There's nothing wrong at all. We're putting ourselves in the position of grounding and putting ourselves in the permission of slowing down. All these retrogrades are forcing us to slow down and to basically start reevaluating and telling us to basically be still so we can reevaluate the situations at hand, because what's going on is that we are not allowing ourselves, we're too busy being on the go, and we're not allowing ourselves the time and the effort to look at ourselves and to be of service to ourselves. That's what I'm getting, to be of service to ourselves. We're allowing other things to take space. And we were doing that anyway. And so the reason why we're going through this whole slowdown period is because Spirit is forcing us to sit down, reevaluate, and to allow ourselves a habit of looking within so we can start the healing process. And finally, number 5 is the Faith card upside down. This has nothing to do with the lack of faith in Spirit, as much as it has to do with the lack of faith in the self. Spirit is there for us. Spirit is always going to be there for us, but we're so afraid to look at ourselves on a spiritual level that we really don't have faith in ourselves. If we don't have faith in ourselves, how can we have faith in Spirit? So basically what this card is saying is that we are to allow ourselves to have faith in ourselves, faith in Spirit, faith in our spirit guides and our people, and stop trying to do everything ourselves and fix the problem ourselves or whatever is going on. We're being told to not do everything ourselves. That's not what we're here for. That's not what Spirit is here for. Spirit is not here to allow us to just sit around and do everything ourselves without their help. That's not what we're here for, because there are certain things in our lives that are a lot bigger. It's just a tall order as far as doing it ourselves. So what this card is saying is that you have a whole spirit guide. You have a whole spirit guide, you have a whole spirit team, you have your ancestors, you have the wise ones, guardian angels, archangels, ascended masters. You have so many elements helping you that this is not the time for you to only play around and pretend that you are alone when you're clearly not. So this is what's going on with the retrograde. And that's the end of it. But basically, this is the end of it as far as this retrograde reading. This is literally the time. This is the time for you to start doing the work necessary. And Spirit is literally there with you. And so that is the story the Spirit has for you in regards to the retrograde. If this resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And I also have, I don't know why I cannot talk. I bet you everyone else has communication issues too. Mercury retrograde has control of that. What was I saying? Yeah, I also have a podcast under the same name, The Bowtie Psychic. You can also go to bowtiepsychic.com to schedule a reading. I look very forward to working with you, and yeah, that's it. So until next time, peace.